Hey, all, welcome to this week's episode of the Mike Muldoon podcast. Now, today I want to get real. Today I want to talk about if you hate what you're doing in terms of your job, then it is time to make a fucking change. I mean, I've been around so many people who hate their jobs, but are just so blinded by the fact that they can change. You know, it's almost like they're going around the circle of just increased negativity and being upset and miserable and just argumentative and just really difficult people to be around because they hate their job. And it's for some reason they don't think that they can make a change. Well, here's the thing. You can make a change. You just got to be willing to make a change. See, the thing is, life is short and a good amount of time for most people in their lives is spent working. So if you're going to be doing something that takes up that much time in your life, you better be happy. In the grand scheme of life, we spend a significant portion of our waking hours, right? Just working. I mean, whether it's a passion-driven pursuit or a means to an end, our careers play a crucial role in shaping our overall well-being. I mean, a lot of our happiness and how we interact with people, in general comes from, how happy we are not only in our personal lives, but sometimes in our professional lives. However, there just comes time in many lives where this daily grind just can transform us into, transforms us or, the situation into an unbearable burden. And the stark reality sets in that you hate what you're doing. The good news is that it's never too late to change. There's always a course and something you can pursue, maybe a path that aligns more with your true passions and your values, or at least just something that makes you less miserable. I came out of a job a few months ago. I'm actually in a new company right now that I enjoy. Now, my past job, I wasn't miserable. I just wasn't really happy with what I was doing. I mean, I liked the people I worked with. I liked a lot of things about it, but I just wasn't super happy with a lot of things about it. And I guess at times I was miserable, and I had to make that change. And it was a hard change, for me because, I was in a position where I was earning, I was in a top 10 percenter. If you look at it, sometimes the hardest thing to do is to walk away from money. Going from that to basically nothing, can be really difficult. But I had to make that change because I had to recognize that I just wasn't overall happy. And this is something I want to spend the next 10, 15 years of my life doing, and then look back and realize I just wasted 10, 15 years of my life. That also, came at the cost of other things because I did have a lot of work-life balance. So I never saw my kids and they're growing up fast. So, on one hand, I had this company I liked working for. I liked the people I was working with, but the current situation at time just didn't work for me. And I had to make a change. And that was a tough change. So, the key for you right now is if you want to know, is this you? Well, it's just recognizing the signs, and you probably know what they are. You're unhappy. You're seeing those signs, but you just need to start acknowledging that you're unhappy with your current situation. Maybe you're having persistent feelings of dread on Sunday evenings, or a lack of enthusiasm for your daily tasks, or even physical symptoms like stress or fatigue. Understanding these signs, they're crucial to taking proactive steps to change. Sometimes these steps will push you so much that it will force you to change. It'll back you into a corner, and it'll make you have to make that change. And the thing is, once you sort of accept this need for change, now you got to start identifying what really is going to make you happy. What are you passionate about? What are your interests? What are your values? What activities make time fly for you? Like, what could you see that you're doing? It's work, but it doesn't feel like work. What resonates with you? Finding your passion isn't not just about, about the joy of doing it, but also, what aligns with your values and provides you maybe with a sense of purpose. Like you feel like you belong, that you're doing something, that you're contributing, but so many people, they're all held back by that one word, fear. Many people, they like that safety net. For me and for many people in my past business, it's very easy to just feel that safety net, to be like, well, I got that big paycheck coming in every month, and I feel very safe about it. It's hard to walk away. That's hard to take a risk. I took a big risk, and I was lucky enough that I've landed on my feet, and luckily I had supportive people around me, which is great, but it's a tough one. But fear, there she is. She's the thing that holds most people back from doing anything. And again, changing careers can be a daunting prospect, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Maybe you just got to take some baby steps. Maybe you got to just start looking, look at other industries and roles that maybe align with your passions, start getting online, leverage some resources, and get out in the world, attend some networking events, find professionals in your desired field, reach out to them. Hey, can I take you to lunch? Can we have a coffee? Something, just start gathering some information that might give you a better or clearer understanding to what to expect and sort of how to proceed and go out in the world and find something that's going to, really make you happy. And, and the thing is, patience. Well, you'll need patience, right? Because anybody's been in the job market, basically, it tries your patience. But while passion is a crucial component, it's also essential to just kind of equip yourself with skills that you might require in a chosen field. I mean, there's certain things you got to learn. There's certain technologies now that certain companies want, and maybe you just got to start investing in stuff like that. You got to maybe take some courses, educate yourself, again, attend workshops, which is interesting. Nowadays, it seems so much easier to gather the tools necessary to learn certain things because there's so many just online learning courses and a lot of so much for free, right? But, you got to get these skills that maybe enhance your employability and, boost your confidence in making the switch. Suddenly you feel like, oh, I can do this. So I can, I'm not too worried about moving into another industry. And I know you're probably saying, gosh, Michael, this all seems extremely daunting. And it might be. But so is waking up one day and realizing you wasted your whole life being miserable. See, the thing is, if you change nothing, nothing changes. Change something, something changes. So you need to embrace the unknown. Change is inherently uncertain. And stepping into a new career, a new adventure, it involves risk. I know. I took one. I don't sit here. I'm not telling you, hey, you should take a risk. I took it. I've taken several. And then I go into frantic mode. I go into freak out mode. I do that. And then my wife is always there reminding me, but look at what you've done. Look where you've landed. Look where you've done. Look where you've landed. And she's right. It's always sort of worked out better. So embrace the unknown with an open mind and a willingness to learn, understand that setbacks are a natural part of the journey and, view them as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles, and ultimately, seek support. Like I said, I was really lucky, with my wife. She's always been very supportive. She's always, kind of been right there with me when any changes I've wanted to make. So, and it's not been easy for her. So it's not like we sat in this easy position where it's like, yeah, just do whatever you want. It's not. Any big decisions I made affect us both. So, but luckily I have her support, but, you might want to, find some people who can, be there, emotionally for you, seek support from friends and family, maybe mentors, counselors, whatever you need, their guidance and their encouragement and perspectives can provide, valuable insights and keep you motivated during that transition of whatever you're looking for. But again, just if you're fucking miserable, what's the sense of doing what you're doing, right? Just hating what you're doing, it is a powerful catalyst for change. It becomes so powerful sometimes it'll back you to corner and it will force you to make that change. It's that, what was that saying? I can't take this no more. I won't take, oh gosh, from the movie Network. Can't remember the quote. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Can't take this no more and I won't take no more of it. Oh, God, I butchered that. It would have been so great right here. Anyway, take the journey to a more fulfilling career, and it might be challenging, but the rewards of aligning yourself with the work, with your passions and values, it's immeasurable. And maybe you might not find that Sunday dread, or you might not find yourself being so angry or snapping so much at people. Maybe your relationships take a better turn, so take that leap, invest in your happiness, embark on a journey that resonates with you and who you are, what you want what you want out of life, right? And remember, it's never too late to redefine your path and pursue a career that brings you joy and fulfillment, right? So just remember, as I often talk about, life is about living. It's not about existing in it. If you're going to have to work, then find something that makes you happy. All right. That's what I got for you today. Again, as I've often talked on my podcast, I'm not a person who just sits here and just tells you this is what you need to do. This is what you should do. I'm somebody who has done. I've done a lot of things. I've taken a lot of chances and risks, and I've been fortunate. I guess, Yeah. So, but anyway, that's what I got for you today. But I see too many people so miserable. I'm thinking, you know what? If they just had a different job, and maybe it's not the job that's making the same amount of money, but if they were just doing something else they're really happier with, less stressed about, I bet you they'd see their whole world change. Just like last week, I had it's a great woman talking about decluttering, talking about if you listen to last week's episode, she talked about, like, you know, the clutter in the house and the clutter in the mind. But I also just feel like that with other things. Like if you're just in something that you're not enjoying doing, like a job, it can be very, you know, feeling very cluttered, and therefore can really just make you feel frazzled and just sort of affect your life anywhere, right? We always talk about our personal and professional lives. Well, don't forget that part. Professional life is half that life. So go ahead. If you got to make that change, it doesn't have to be right away. I'm not saying go in tomorrow and just say, I'm done. Start opening up your eyes. If you're not happy, start looking around. You know, give yourself an opportunity for to be happy and not to be such a miserable at your job and just being unbearable to be around. Okay. Anyway, I wish you the best on everything. As always, I got nothing but love for you.